my country, I'm African, is Africa country. No one gonna go. No one gonna go. And our children gonna go to school. And another Edinton school.
My name is Furaha. I'm a mother of one of the child here in the school. Yeah. So I'm here because I heard that they say the people from Dudula, they're gonna come to chase our kids to school. Yeah, that's why we came here. The reason why we came here, they say that our kids, they are coming to school, they are undocumented. But as our kids, they got documentation. When they come in here to chase the kids, they don't worry if the kids they got documents or not. They just chase anybody. Yeah, that's why we came here. We're sitting here to wait for them. What is gonna happen? Yeah, we were very scared because we know that even to the hospital it was the same. They chase us to the hospital. But we come in, we show them our documents, like here. We got the documents here. This is the document issued by the Home Affairs. This document issued by the Home Affairs. But when we're going there to the hospital, they're telling us that this is not the document they need. But this document here is issued by the Home Affairs. Yeah, and there is even another matter that we got a permanent residence. They show the permanent residence because they said they want a green ID, but they didn't want. So we don't really know. And they're saying us this school is becoming like it's a school for foreigners. But most of the foreigners that we are staying here, every school when we're going to school, they want the people who are staying in the area. That's why we are coming here. If we can remain here, it's because we are staying in the area. Most of us we're staying in this area. That's why we're in this school. And at school, when we're coming at school to register our kids, they're telling us that the place they give priority to the South African. They really say it. When we come into school, they say that we are putting you in the waiting list because we prioritizing first the South African. Yeah, but I'm wondering why they say that us coming here, we're taking the school like it's our school, because us, we're not forcing to come in the school. We're just coming like others, they come to register their kids. We don't force them that put us first or something. But what I noticed, because when I was here, I saw others, they come in. They're telling me, like I got two of them. One was asking me how they do to enter in 1810 school when the kids they want to open school. And I got a message with me that she was asking me what they do to put the child in school. How can you bring the child to the school when the school wants to open? You understand, on the day of opening? Exactly, you can't find the space because you are coming late. Another one told me that my child is not my child, it's my sister's child. My sister went to Joburg, that's why I'm bringing the child. Those kind of people, they're coming late, that's why they don't find the space. But for real, I can tell you, 1810 school, when we come in, they tell us that they prioritize first the South Africans.
Thank you very much. My name is Tamima Dondo, Operation Dudula. We are here at the Department of Basic Education. We've actually brought in grievances from different places in and around Region D, especially in Soweto and many other places, of parents who have children that have not been placed at various schools for a number of reasons. We would like to engage the MEC and speak to the MEC. We've just been advised and been given information that the MEC is already engaged in CDB. We must wait for ±2 hours. But already the MEC has delegated his chief of staff to come and begin the engagement and start talking to us. We've got ±200 parents of children that have not been placed in various schools. We've got a list of about ±500 beside the people that are here, that of parents of children that have not been placed in various schools. One of the biggest challenges that we have is our children not getting spaces at schools, at various schools, because of one of the main reasons is the illegal immigrant children that are occupying space in our public schools. That we've from the longest time, from 2023, 24, 25, that we've been taking these concerns to the various government departments, particularly the education Department of Basic Education in particular. So we are here to tangibly show them the hot bodies of people that have not been placed at school, not as if we are speaking from an uninformed sources. Yeah. We've brought the parents, we've brought the peoples, they are here.
When you engage the parents, what are some of the reasons that they gave you in terms of why the children are not yet placed?
It's a number of different reasons. One of the reasons is the system itself. It's too complicated. The system itself reject. So there's a number of challenges with the system itself, but also the incompetency. It's part of the problem. But But apart from those challenges, it's also the issues of illegal immigrants that are occupying spaces in our public schools. You cannot have children that they are coming all the way from outside, that they've entered the country illegally, and when they are inside the country, you start giving them public services. It's impossible.
Maybe we'll just try to get a sense from other parents on, what the situation is for them. Thank you very much for your time. Where are you coming from, and what is your situation in terms of learner placement?
Well, look, we are based in Alberton. The reason why I'm in here is because we did do applications in the school in around the area where we stay 2 kilometers away from the school. They've declined that, and they've accepted that in a school 20 kilometers away, which is, I think it's ridiculous. She stays, we can walk to school, where now it's inconvenient to parents as well to drive all the way 20 kilometers to drop the child off at school. At the end of the day, she's here now. She hasn't been placed in a school yet where she should be getting education. She needs education. That's why we are.
Yeah. Have you tried the process of appeal, and what's that going? How's that going?
That's what we're busy with at the moment, yeah. That's what we're doing here today.
Yeah. Talk to us about your application and when exactly you applied, when you got the offer, and at what point did you start dealing with the appeal?
Look, this was already done last year. The middle of the year, last year, we were busy with the application. It came through, they said the school that she was supposed to go to was declined, we must try another school. So now, like I said, that's what we are to try and find out why it was declined. If we stay in the area, she's got a good education, what is the problem? Why are we battling with this?
Ek is Angie, ek is van Alberton af. Ek is hier so vir my kleinkind. Sy is in my sorg, my sorg, ek sy ouma. Ons het op tyd die applikasie gedoen online, het ek dit gedoen en ons is gedecline. En vir 2 skole het ons aansoek gedoen en al 2 skole is ons nie aanvaar nie. En dis die rede en haar toekoms is voor ons weet nie wat ek kan toe mee nie en ons vra die departement van die skool om ons asseblief, ek pleit om te help, om ons te kan help.
Yeah. I presume she is starting grade 8.
Sy gaan graad 8 toe en hulle het ons weggewys.
I've just shared with our viewers what you said with regard to the issue that there's no shortage of classroom space, but it's an issue of parental preference. But you've got more than 3,000 grades 1 and 8s who are unplaced as schools reopen. If there's enough space, why are these children without a seat today?
Good morning, Iman, and thank you so much for the opportunity. Let me extend my sincere greetings to your viewers. Iman, on the onset, I need to accept and share the frustration of our parents. It's not our intention to have parents going through this pain and difficulties and confusion. I have to say it. I immediately requested the MEC and the admission team to give me a full briefing on what we can do immediately. We've taken 3 important decisions. One, even if schools are full, we've requested them to expand with 10%, which simply means that there will be overcrowding in our classroom. Secondly, we've requested that we immediately release funds to schools that can provide additional accommodation. Either they have to use their either school halls or other, so that they can get the desk, the chairs there. And thirdly, students start now to attend to matters of extra accommodation in the entire province. But going back to your question, is that if you take into consideration people have applied to be in our schools from grade 1 to grade 12 and take into consideration the number of classrooms we have, if you have to give it average of 40%, 40 people, learners in the classroom, we've got sufficient classrooms. The pressure remains in areas where people believe that they need to get the school. I'll give you an example of Parktown girls. That school can only take almost 200, let me say average 200 grade 8. And they received over 2,500 applications. So no matter what we can do, they only have 200 spaces because parents prefer that school. But if we've got more than 2,000 applications, it's not an online problem. It's a space problem because that school can be converted to a grade 8 only and not have grade 9, grade 10, grade 11. And if you ask parents that indeed you applied at Parktown Girls or GP Girls, but we request you to go to, say, another school, the parents will say, no, I don't want that school. I only want a Parktown Girls. And they'll make arguments. I stay next to maybe 10 kilometers next to the school. You find that there's somebody that stays also 5 kilometers or 2 kilometers from the school. But this is frustrating. We've gone through these processes before, and I want to assure parents we've issued a communique.
Breaking news. Tension explodes over school placement in South Africa as parents clash at Addington Primary. In Durban, South Africa, January on the 15th and 16th, 2026, chaos erupted outside Addington Primary School in Durban yesterday as furious South African parents confronted foreign nationals and a nationwide school placement crisis rocking the 2025-2026 academic year. Led by March-to-March leader and radio personality Jacinta Zuma, local parents protested, alleging that overcrowded schools are prioritizing children of undocumented foreign nationals over South African learners still on waiting lists. Heated exchange turned into clashes, with claims that the school, the only public primary in the area, has reached its legal capacity, yet continue admission unfairly. Foreign national parents rallied in defense standing guard to protect their children from being chased away, describing the situation as terrifying and discriminatory. Some reported being waived money as and accused of aggression, while others joined South African parents in demanding fair access for all kids. KwaZulu-Natal Education MMC SIPO responded firmly. The Constitution guarantees every child in South Africa. I repeat, he said that the Constitution guarantees every child in South Africa, regardless of nationality or documentation, the right to basic education. Officially confirmed the school is legally full with no presentation of foreigners, but the department cannot bear undocumented learners. The flashpoints highlighted deeper frustration across the country in contain nearly 5,000 grade 1 and 8 learners remains unplaced despite school reopening on January 14th with temporary measure promised. Groups like Operation Dudula have fueled demand for South African priority, aimed ongoing infrastructure shortage, population growth, and systematic delay. Education Authority insists admission follow constitutional rules and only systems remains open for late applications until January 30th. Activists blame government failure to build enough school, warning of emotional tolls on families and risk to children's learning. As protests spread and voices grow louder, the crisis raises urgent question: can South Africa balance the rights to education for all with access for citizens? Pressure mount on leaders for sustainable solution. Journey with Michael at African Citizen Concern bring you the facts, voice, and contents as the story developed. Stay tuned for updates. Please subscribe, like, and share so that you can encourage us to be able to bring you more. All we ask of your subscription, like, drop your comments, please. Let's hear what you think. Let's hear what you think. Are you in support of allowing the undocumented, like they said, or are you in support that every child should have right to education? Let's hear what you think in the comment section. Hashtag South African Education, hashtag Adenton Primary School. God bless you. I will wait for you on the comment. Don't forget to subscribe. Bye. And please stay safe.